Julian Paul.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been my privilege to bring you many great artists during my career in the theatrical world. But at no time have I experienced more of a thrill than tonight, hearing your applause for the fine talents of Linda Marsh. As an actor and a producer, I am doubly gratified. I've watched Miss Marsh develop from a gawky young fledgling into the artist you've seen tonight. I'm very proud of her this evening. Proud as an actor, as a producer. I'll be even more proud as her husband. As fast as we can get away, driving to the nearest justice of the peace. Well, now what the...
Well, what's the matter?
How do you like that? One of our cute friends must have drained the gas tank. I swear to you, I've never used this routine before riding night.
But now what do we do? Walk?
I don't know. No. I'll flag somebody.
Hey, look, someone's trying to stop us.
Oh, duck around and Bill. We're late now.
We may be in trouble. I'd better stop.
Don't, Bill. We'll never get there. Don't I tell you?
Hey! Julian! Oh, Julian! Julian!
Oh. My back.
Oh.
Well, don't stand there like a coroner's jury. What's it going to be? And don't kid me.
Naturally, Mr. Forbes. We're going to do all that we can for you, but it looks to me as...
Go on.
It looks to me as if you might never be able to walk again.
Oh, Julian.
Well, at least we know where we stand. All right, come on. Don't be a crybaby. That's not going to help.
I'm sorry.
That's more like it.
Well, if we can't be married in Westchester, we'll be married here right away. Look. Saved from the wreckage. See? But, Julian, what are you doing?
Opening the door to the cage. I'm not going to marry you now, my darling.
But
I don't want any argument either. You're not going to be tied down to a cripple.
I'll never leave you. Never. they liked it.
What made you think they wouldn't? Here, drink your hot milk. Now, drink it, drink it.
More telegrams.
Yes, and here's another one for you. Here. From him, I suppose?
Yes. Every opening night. Here, on the road, London. Always the same. I'll be there in the wings.
Yes?
A lot of people downstairs to see you, Miss Marsh. They gave me all these.
Sophie, you go down. Be nice.
Oh, I'm always nice. Now, what do you want me to do about that invitation to the party at Tom Blake's?
I never go to parties. You know that.
Well, maybe it'd be a good idea if you did once in a while.
Oh, Sophie, you know better than to talk like that.
Yes, but you never go anywhere. People are beginning to talk. Well, I hear all sorts of things, and some of them are not very nice either.
That'll be enough.
Are you going there tonight?
Of course.
Well, you hadn't ought to.
I couldn't sleep if I didn't.
Oh, yes, you could. And a lot better if you'd ask me.
Good evening, Miss Linda.
Evening, Timothy. Hi there.
At last, the First Lady of the American Theater.
Well, what's left of it and her? Here, flowers, program, and affection.
Magnificent roses. Program later. Timothy, take the ladies' tippet and muff.
Yes, sir.
And here, you'd better put these in the bathtub or someplace. Maybe we've a picture, huh?
We have, sir.
Now, tell me everything. How it went, how many curtains, who came back. No, you're tired. Don't try to fool me with that prop smile. Come on, have a cigarette. Relax. Oh, but better still. Much, much better. Timothy!
Yes, sir?
The wine.
Wine?
Wine, yes. Opening night without wine, you're daft, lass. Finest California grape from the musty old world 51st Street cellars of Bernstein and Feinbaum. $2 a bottle.
Oh, Julian.
Oh, dear. Thank you, sir.
You're a couple of lunatics.
For my ladyship. Milady. Let the wine flow in the servants' hall. Let there be merriment below stairs.
Well, there's certainly plenty of something below stairs tonight. Those two Janes who are running what they call a dancing academy must be playing leapfrog with the customers.
Why do you insist on staying here? Let me find you a nice, quiet apartment somewhere.
Move, I should say, not.
But it wouldn't be any trouble at all. Timothy and I do the moving.
Darling, there are things here that can't be moved. Memories, associations. No, they'll never be had. By the way, don't suppose you have the faintest idea what night this is?
Monday isn't going to be the right answer.
This, my forgetful baggage, is the anniversary of the day you came into my office in the 45th Street Theater 9 years ago, a raw, untried little snippet, and said, I've decided to work for you, Mr. Forbes. Exactly 9 years ago.
9 years. Our toast. To Linda and Julian. May they walk the roads of the world together, forever young, forever free, toward the sun.
Forever young. Well, on the play. From the very overture.
Well, we have a hit.
Well, I anticipated that. Well,
Well, what?
well, what else? What else?
Julian, do you mind very much if we wait until tomorrow?
What's the matter with you tonight?
Oh, nothing. Only we rehearsed all last night, most of today, and
All work and no play, eh?
something like that.
Not much fun these days.
Not much.
Linda, it isn't too late.
Too late for what, Julian?
Find someone who's fun.
Oh, Julian.
Someone to love.
I love you, Julian.
But it isn't much fun. Love's no good unless there's some fun in it somewhere.
Well, this is fun. You and I in a little world we've built for ourselves.
So stop kidding yourself. A burned-out playmate, too tired to play, who's been sitting in a wheelchair for 8 years, watching his life go to pot,
Julian,
forgotten.
you mustn't talk like that.
It's no good, the whole setup. No kind of a life for you. Never has been.
You're hooked, Forbes. You told a girl once you loved her. She believed you.
You're the one who's hooked. But you don't have to be. Now remember that. You're free.
But not because I want to be. You're the one who said no to marriage.
Oh. You're going to start that again, are you?
Someday, Julian, someday...
Timothy! The lady's hat. She's making passes at me again.
I suppose you know it's 4 o'clock.
Is it?
Are you going to keep on serenading those garbage barges in the East River? Or are you coming upstairs to bed like a sensible person?
Go ahead. I'll be right up.
You're coming along with me right now if I have to knock you cold with the fire tongs.
Go up to bed yourself, Sophie.
Oh.
Hello.
Julian,
Linda, what is it? What's happened?
I'll talk to you. I'm coming over.
At this hour of the night?
I'll be there right away.
Huh. Well, let's have it. What is it?
I haven't been able to sleep since I left here. Thinking of what we were talking about.
I don't follow you.
I want a child.
Oh.
There's a foundling home up at Scarsdale. I've been there several times already. The idea's been in the back of my mind for quite a long time. There's a little girl, about 7 years old. Her name's Beth.
Well?
I didn't want to do anything definite about it until I'd talked it over with you.
What's there to talk over? I think it's a swell idea.
It'll be such fun doing things for her, giving her things. You'll be able to tell her stories. She'll be company for you when I'm away. Oh, it'll be wonderful, Julian.
Might be fun bringing up another little girl. Linda, Beth, Julian, the three of us. It'll be almost as if you and I really...
Beth, darling, are you quite sure you want to come and be my little girl?
Oh, yes. But what about Mr. Brewster? Is he going to be with us, too?
Mr. Brewster?
He's swell. He told me he wanted me to be his little girl, too.
But you never told me about him before.
You never asked me. What's the matter, Miss Marsh?
When was he last here, darling?
Yesterday, he told me to get all ready, because he'd come riding upon his white horse and take me away before I could say Moscovitz. What's a Moscovitz?
You run along and play a little. I'll be right back.
Cross your heart?
Yes, cross my heart.
I know exactly how you feel, Miss Marsh. But as I say, little Beth's been spoken for, and there's nothing I can do about it.
Oh, but...
In fact, we were just completing arrangements this afternoon.
Who is he? What is he?
I can't tell you that. Our rules. I'm truly sorry.
Brewster. Brewster, that's what she said his name was. But what Brewster? Go to him and try and persuade him to take some other child. I must have little Beth, I must.
Why didn't you speak before, my dear?
I couldn't. Oh, Sister Theodosia, please tell me how I can get in touch with this Mr. Brewster. We'll work something out. I won't be a nuisance, I promise. Only give me one chance to talk to him.
I'm sorry.
You won't help me.
I can't. Sister.
Yes, my dear.
Mr. Stuart Brewster called. He left word for you to call him.
Thank you, sister.
More coffee, sir?
No, thanks, Benham.
Very well, sir. Pendleton's calling, sir.
On the phone?
In person. Don't tell me you're just getting up. Why, I've been out shopping for hours. So many things to do at the last minute.
Susan?
These silly 6 o'clock sailings. I don't know why they don't have them at midnight like the French line. I'll have some coffee, please, Denham.
Well, you're looking very expensive today.
Thank you. How about taking me to the colony for a nice bon voyage luncheon?
Well, I'm sorry, I can't. I have to go up to Scarsdale.
Scarsdale? But you're seeing me off at 6.
Oh, I'll be back in time for that.
But why Scarsdale of all places?
Business?
Denham, no cream, please. How many times must I?
I beg your pardon, Miss Pendleton. Miss Pendleton?
Thank you. What's this? Letters from strange ladies?
Give me that, Susan.
Oh, and from Linda Marsh. Going Broadway on me, are you?
Susan.
I had no intention of reading your letter, but now I most certainly shall. Stuart, what's this about adopting a child? Stuart!
I tried to think of a way to tell you ever since I made up my mind to do it.
But why?
Oh, I was up there one day with a client. Happened to see this youngster. I don't know what happened. Just wanted her, that's all. Maybe it's because she reminds me so much of Eve.
Are you going to spend the rest of your life at your Heart and Woodlawn Cemetery? Or are you going to give me a chance to help finish the job that I started 5 months ago, helping you build a life without her?
This child can help me make a new life, too, Susan.
Do you realize we'd be the laughingstock of New York? Miss Susan Pendleton and Mr. Stuart Brewster announced their nuptials with the acquisition of a bouncing 6-year-old baby girl. Try to think of my side of it a little, Stuart, please. This Marsh woman wants the child. Why don't you call the home and tell them you've changed your mind? I'm sure she'll be frightfully grateful from her letter.
But I haven't changed my mind. I don't intend to.
I warn you, Stuart, it won't work. If you adopt this child while I'm away, I'll never forgive you. Never.
Sorry you said that, Susan.
We sail at 6. You'll be there, of course.
Of course.
I'll expect you.
Benham,
Yes, sir.
call Sister Theodosia. Tell her I'll be out there this afternoon.
Yes, sir.
I suppose you're glad. Of course I'm glad. I could have gone with a lot of people who wanted me. A rich lady, very rich lady, wanted to take me. This is a gentleman. I'd rather go with a lady. Anyone would rather go with a lady. Gentlemen, they don't count. But a gentleman with a pony? Wouldn't you rather have a gentleman with a pony than a lady without a pony?
Well, my dears, if you've all said your goodbyes to little Beth, you better run along and play now.
Goodbye, Goodbye. Goodbye, dear. Goodbye. 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 Bye, Gloria. Don't forget if there's room for one more. I won't.
Now, here. We're not going to cry on a festive occasion like this, are we?
There's something in my eye.
Oh, I see.
Goodbye, Gloria. Goodbye, Bess.
Come on, youngster.
Oh, Miss Marsh! Miss Marsh! Oh, Miss Marsh! Miss Marsh!
Miss Marsh, there's Mr. Brewster, the gentleman who, How do you do?
How do you do? I received your note, Miss Marsh. I intended to answer it this evening.
It won't be necessary now.
You see, I'd already made my plans for Beth, and so I...
Perhaps you'll come back someday soon, Miss Marsh, and make another choice. I'm afraid not. Well, if you'll forgive me, I have a service.
Well, I don't suppose we can give you a lift back to town. You have your own car?
Yes, I have, thanks. There's one thing you can do, though, if you will. I'd like to get Beth some little gift to remember me by. How about a nice puppy?
Oh, Miss Marsh!
Somehow, little girls and puppies always seem to go together.
Well, don't worry about it. She'll be taken care of. You'll get her a nurse or a governess.
All right. Supposing he does get her a nurse. Half a dozen nurses. And a governess. It's no life for a child. He'll be downtown all day, see her for half an hour in the evening, and then put her away like a doll on a shelf.
Well, it's just one of those things. Have to learn to take them as they fall.
Can you imagine a man like that buying her the right clothes, putting her to bed, telling her stories as you would? I'm going to get that child, Julian. I don't know how, but I'm going to use every trick I know.
Kidnapping's a federal offense, you know, darling. Would have been more gallant if we'd stopped at your house. Let you out first.
Take your time.
port, dear.
Which did you say is Port Uncle Stuart? This side?
Hey, don't do that! You better take your lessons on dry land.
I can steer all right if you say left side and right side. Why do they have such funny names for things when it's a boat?
Well, it's because, why do they?
I guess we're all in the same boat.
How long are you going to be a fool? You and your gestures. Go out and find love, my dear. Never mind about me. You know you don't want it that way. You know you can't let her go. What do you think they're doing right now? Talking about you? Up there in the sunshine with that kid, laughing, having fun, where she belongs, what she deserves. It won't take her long to realize that. You're going to wind up sitting here looking out of the window for the rest of your life. She's all you've got in the world, and you're pushing her away. What'll it be like when she's gone? You and Timothy here in this gloomy joint, this museum, this morgue, a dead man sitting in the middle of it. Yes, dead. Dead without her. Why don't you stop kidding yourself? It isn't too late. It isn't too late, but it will be if you don't do something about it. She only needs one moment in his arms and you're washed up, finished, done. Every time she's with him, it's going to be harder for her to come back to this. Grab her. Grab her. Pin her down to this marriage business and seize your last chance before it's gone, you fool. You fool. You fool.
It's been glorious.
Look.
Now I have a confession to make. I didn't come up here with honorable intentions.
Oh, don't tell me I've been in danger.
No, not you.
I suppose you're going to tell me how you've been trying to hijack this young lady's youthful affections. I knew what you were up to from the start.
Then I can't even confess.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you for wanting her. When I found her first.
Finders, keepers, I suppose.
I need her more than you do.
How do you know?
I'll tell you why I wanted Beth. I think I owe you an explanation. I had a little girl once. My wife and baby both died at the child's birth. I thought I'd get over it. I did all the things a man can do to try and fill a place that can't be filled. But I didn't get over it. And then I discovered Beth. Found myself pretending she was mine. Now that I've got her, she's something to give me an excuse for living. Something to plan.
You make me feel very ashamed.
Where is Mr. Brewster anyhow?
I don't know, Miss Pendle.
Why didn't he meet the boat?
I don't know, Miss Pendle.
I can't even get him on the telephone. Did he get my radiogram?
I don't know, Miss Pendle.
I must say, my comings and goings don't seem to be of much interest to him.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't expect to find anyone here. I'm Linda Marsh.
I know. I've seen you in the theater. But I never expected to find you here. I'm Susan Barsailed.
Does this look better, Aunt Linda?
Beth, darling. This is Miss Pendleton.
So this is Beth. How perfectly adorable. Beth, darling. We're going to see a lot of each other from now on. I want to tell you a great big secret. You know what? I'm going to be your new mother. Isn't that wonderful?
Yes?
Well, I can understand you wanting her so desperately. Stuart showed me your letter.
Really?
Of course. I don't know if he told you or not, but I begged him to let you have her. I knew how much she meant to you. But Stuart was so determined. We had quite a set to about it. Perhaps it was selfish, but I didn't fancy taking a strange infant. You can never be sure about their parents and background and all that sort of thing, you know, even though they...
Oh, Beth.
Good evening.
Good evening. I'm sorry to have kept you waiting.
Well, that's all right.
Take these, will you, Sophie? Oh, that'll be all, thank you.
Now, before you say a word, I want to apologize for tonight.
The reason I asked you to come here tonight was because if, as Miss Pendleton says, you're going to be married, something will have to be done with Beth. She doesn't like Beth, and Beth doesn't like her.
You're quite right. But I don't intend to give Beth up. It's Miss Pendleton I'm giving up.
Oh.
Which brings me to the issue which is so important to both of us. Beth's happiness. You want that more than anything in the world, don't you?
Oh, yes.
She'd never be entirely happy without you around somewhere.
We can work that out some way.
I want to work that out with you right now. I have something to suggest. Something I've given a great deal of thought to. You may think it's entirely cockeyed, but it's the only answer to a lot of things. I want you to marry me.
I don't know whether to laugh or to cry or what to do.
I've loved you from the first time we met.
Please.
I love you, Linda. Maybe we haven't known each other for so very long, but we have a bond in common. Something that was intended to lead us to each other. That youngster.
Dinner, sir?
That's more like it. Let a little sunshine into this mausoleum for a change.
Another cup of coffee, sir?
No. Call Miss Linda. Here it is Tuesday. She's never stayed away like this before. See who that is.
Oh, come in, Miss Linda. Come in, come in.
Oh, Timothy.
Well, as I live and breathe, the prodigal daughter. Aren't you ashamed of yourself? Where have you been?
Go ahead, scold me. I deserve it. Here, flowers to square myself.
You need more than posies to square yourself, you neglectful baggage. What have you been doing, campaigning?
I've so much to tell you, I don't know where to begin.
You've got a funny look in your eye. I don't like it. Some breakfast? Timothy.
Yes, sir?
Take these out and put them in water.
I will, sir.
And stay out until I call you.
I will, sir, I will.
Shut the door.
Yes, sir.
Linda. I want to talk to you first. close. Give me a hand. Did you ever have the daylight scared out of you?
What's the matter, Julian?
Linda, I had the worst Sunday of my life while you were away. The loneliest. I almost lost my mind. I know you've been away before. On tour, abroad, but, well, this was different.
In what way, Julian?
Well, one day on the roof, not so long ago, you accused me of being jealous. You were right. I didn't realize it then. Well, Linda, I'm going to do something I've never done in my life. I'm going to back down, recant, swallow my words. Ask you to forget that I even said them.
I don't think that I understand.
Linda, I sat here alone in the dark and I kept thinking, what if she doesn't come back? What if quite suddenly there shouldn't be any Linda? I thought I was strong, but I'm not. I'm yellow. I'm completely dependent on you. You're a necessity. You're my breath of life. And I've got to have you here beside me. I've got to have you here beside me the way it's always been. For as long as you think that you can stick.
Why are you suddenly saying all these things to me?
Because I'm afraid. I despise myself for it. Linda, I've always despised weakness. Linda, look at me. This man. This Brewster fellow. You're not really interested in him. It's just been the baby, hasn't it? Because I wouldn't tell you all this if I thought for a moment that...
There's never been anyone but you, Julian.
For 9 years, you've been asking me to marry you. And I've always said no. And the way I feel right now, if you ask me again, I think I'd say yes.
Do you want me to ask you, Julian?
Yes.
Then marry me. Only let's not wait. Let's make it tonight.
You can't go through with it.
I expected you to say that.
After last night.
Then there should have been a last night.
But there was. And I held you in my arms. Do you think I can ever let you go again?
Oh, stop, please. We're only tearing each other to pieces.
Linda.
Mr. Brewster, she'll be in no condition to go on. You must remember Miss Marsh has a performance to give tonight.
What do I care about a performance? Linda, this is something that may affect the rest of your life.
Are you sure it's my life you're thinking of, and not your own? No, Stuart. There's nothing you can do about it.
We'll see about that.
Well, where are you going?
I'm going to see Julian Forbes and tell him exactly what I think about him.
Oh, no, you can't. You can't hurt him. It'd be cruel and inhuman.
Because he's a cripple, I suppose. That's how he's held you for years. It's been his ace. All he's ever had to do is to look pathetic and helpless, and you've melted. You say he's smart. Certainly he's smart. He must have suspected about us from the very beginning. And now he's face to face with the prospect of losing you. He's hiding behind his infirmity to keep you from the happy, normal life you're entitled to. Well, I'm not going to let him get away with it.
Stuart! Stuart! I can't stop you going. But if you tell him, I'll never see you again. I'll never forgive you.
Very well, if that's the way you want it to be. At least I'll have the satisfaction of telling your Julian Forbes a few things he should have been told a long time ago.
Stuart!
Mr. Brewster?
Yes.
I've been expecting you.
Oh, I see.
I don't need a crystal ball to divine the purpose of your visit.
So Linda phoned you?
She did not.
Well, then how did you know
I'd have been very much surprised if you hadn't. Please come in. Timothy, chair for Mr. Brewster. Sit down. I've been wanting a chance to talk to you for some time. But unfortunately, I haven't been able to get around much in these latter years. Wonder how much Linda's told you about us. Quite a good deal. I'm not so sure that I entirely approve.
Oh, why not?
Well, a man in my position is somewhat reluctant to be presented as an object of sympathy.
Linda's never held you up to me as an object of sympathy. As a matter of fact, you've always been etched in a rather heroic proportion.
A man like myself, physically incapacitated and no longer young, marrying a young, vital woman like Linda Marsh, with everything in the world to live for, world at her feet, so to speak, must seem strange to a man like yourself, Mr. Brewster.
Not strange at all. If both are in love, truly in love.
Precisely the point. We are in love. Both of us with the other.
She told me a little about that.
I want to tell you all about it, Mr. Brewster. I want you to see that picture clearly.
It's clear enough.
Oh, sit down. Yeah. I wonder. As you sit there looking at me with that peculiar look on your face, well, there isn't a feeling in the back of your mind that Linda Marsh is marrying me because she's sorry for me.
Well, I think that...
Or because of some misplaced sense of gratitude for something I've done for her professionally in the past. Mr. Brewster, if I believed that that was the case for an instant, I'd send Linda Marsh out of my life forever as quickly as I'm sending you out of hers tonight.
Well?
She seems okay.
She's got hold of herself now. She'll be all right.
What did you let that guy get her all upset before a performance for anyway? What kind of a watchdog are you? Fine thing.
What was I supposed to do? Slug him?
You know, it amuses me rather to learn that you considered me a what is it they call it in the theater? A menace. You know, I've never met any really prominent actresses before, and Linda was, she's quite an experience for me. Bit of a thrill, you might call it. Yeah, I guess we're all yokels at heart when it comes to celebrities, especially those connected with the theater. While I've tried to be a genial host, I'm afraid I've been pretty much of a flop now and then. Matter of fact, last couple of times I've seen Linda, I think she was a little bored. Brokers are dull people.
Oh, I hardly think women would find you dull, broker or no broker.
That's very nice of you, but I'm afraid you're wrong. I'm dull as ditch water. Well, I promised Beth I'd be on hand for the usual bedtime story, so I'd better run along. Good luck to you both, Mr. Forbes. I hope you find all the happiness you both deserve.
Linda's happiness is all that matters.
Well,
Timothy.
Good night, Mr. Forbes.
Don't you think it's about time, sir, that you went out on the roof?
Yes. Have we any liquor in the house?
Yes, I believe we have a little, sir.
Bring it along. I want to drink to an excellent gentleman. And a splendid liar.
Intermission's 15 minutes, sir.
Did you try Mr. Brewster's house?
Yes.
Well, hasn't he come back yet?
Not yet.
Get Julian on the phone for me. Come in. Stuart.
You needn't worry, Linda. I didn't tell her. I couldn't.
Oh, my dear, I'm grateful. Very grateful.
You're just about due on stage for the rest of the third act. Unless, of course, you won't invite the audience in here.
I won't keep her long. Linda, there's something I want to tell you before I go away.
Away?
Yes, I'm sailing at midnight. I may be gone for quite some time.
Oh.
Business.
Oh, yes, of course.
It's about Beth. I'm not taking her with me, and she'll get lonely. I knew you'd want to... Well... Would you take care of her until I return?
My dear, I can't let you do that.
But I want you to, Linda.
When you come back.
Well, perhaps by that time she'll want to stay with you.
Oh, my dear.
Oh, for heaven's sake, don't you start crying now. There's not time for a fresh makeup.
This brandy makes me feel like a 2-year-old.
Oh, yes, sir. Brandy will do that, if 'tis mellow.
What time is it?
It's 10 minutes past 10.
Almost time for Miss Linda's last act. A truly great lady of the theater. Fine actress. Fine enough to have me fooled for 5 minutes today. Well, almost 5 minutes. Timothy.
Yes, sir?
I want you to send a telegram for me.
A telegram, sir?
Right now to Miss Linda. Get on your horse and gallop down to the corner to that Western Union place. Pronto.
But, Mr. Julian...
No buts. Here, go on, get going. Make it snappy.
Yes, sir.
It's a good show. Teacher's last act, long and tedious. The Broadway, it used to be my Broadway. To Linda and Julian, forever free, forever young, toward the sun.
I'll make the necessary arrangements.
That's about it.
Well, Linda?
Good luck.
Yes? No, Timothy, you cannot. She's had too many interruptions now. Besides, she goes on 3 minutes. Oh, no. Oh, no, dear, don't.
Timothy? How?
I don't know, Miss Linda. I don't know. He told me to send you a telegram. Then... here it is. It says... I'll be waiting in the wings, as always. Julian.
Hurry, Miss Marsh. You're all in a minute. Please hurry.
Ring down the curtain. Miss Marsh is not going on for the last act.
Not going on? Why?
Never mind why. Ring down the curtain.
Wait, Sophie. I'm coming.
Linda.
He'd want it that way. Julian, dearest, hold my hand always.